Hey guys, welcome to this week's video. My name is Lee Scott, I'm the founder of Vulcan watch straps, and this week we're going to be launching a new feature that I'm going to be running every month, and that is the celebrity watch collection. So each month we're going to be looking at a different celebrity, looking at their watch collection and itemizing it with all the specifications and all the prices of the watches, and then going in at the end and seeing what that whole watch collection is worth. As an estimate, obviously, we don't know every single watch that these guys have got, but we see them all on the photos that are out in the public domain. So we're going to take a few photographs from the public domain, look at the watches and see what's in their collection. So the first guy we're going to look at this week is none other than Ed Sheeran. Love or hate his music, he's got an awesome watch collection. So let's get into it, roll the intro, and I'll see you on the other side. So a quick intro and watch check then. My name is Lee Scott. For those of you who don't know, I'm the founder of Vulcan watch straps, and we manufacture the finest vulcanized rubber watch straps on the market today for your Rolex. They're manufactured in London, they're manufactured in a clean room environment alongside companies such as Ferrari and NASA. The Ferrari F1 team, that is, actually manufacture their rubber parts in London, and we manufacture in the same facility as them. So they are the absolute finest quality, made on aerospace grade tooling. Like I said, Vulcan watch straps for your Rolex. Find us at vulcanwatchstraps.com. But that's enough about me. Let's do a quick wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing the Rolex Submariner 116610LV, the Hulk, on the emerald green Vulcan watch strap. So let's get into this week's video then and take a look at Ed Sheeran's watch collection. Ed Sheeran has been spotted wearing an Lange Söhne Zeitwerk in white gold on a photograph posted to Instagram during a tour performance in Germany. As this is quite a uniquely identifiable piece, it was easy to spot on the photograph, which wasn't so clear. The retail value on this watch is probably one of his cheaper pieces at £63,000, incorporating an L043.1 mechanical movement. This 41.9mm watch comes complete on a leather strap. The case is solid white gold and the dial is crafted from solid silver and incorporates iridium gold hands. Probably one of Ed's more dressy, understated watches, as he usually goes for the larger, more outlandish pieces. So I don't think Ed is a huge Rolex fan or Rolex collector, as he's rarely seen wearing them, but one photo has emerged of Ed wearing a Rolex Yachtmaster in Ever Rose Gold, which incorporates a Rolex Oyster Flex bracelet. This watch retails at £19,200 in the UK, and again, this is probably one of Ed Sheeran's daily beaters. Yep, a 20 grand watch is a daily beater for Ed Sheeran, as he owns a number of six-figure pieces. Man, I'd love his collection. But this 40mm Rolex Yachtmaster was introduced in Baselworld in 2015, but this watch incorporates a 3135 Rolex in-house mechanical self-winding movement. It has a 48-hour power reserve, and this is another great piece in Ed's collection, although it's one of the lower end pieces in his massive, amazing collection. So while we are covering the Rolex collection of Ed Sheeran, he has also been spotted wearing on the Jonathan Ross show in the UK, on an Instagram post, and on the Victoria's Secrets catwalk, a vintage Rolex Paul Newman Daytona on a cuff bracelet. It looks to be the reference 6241, but we can't quite see with these images. The estimated worth of this watch is around £210,000. So having done a little bit of research, I can't say that Ed's a full-on collector of vintage pieces, but this is certainly a heavy hitter in the vintage game. I'm not sure which other models he's got. I can't find any other photographs of him wearing vintage models, but he may have a secret collection. Who knows? It's just another great watch in his collection. So next we take a look at the AP Royal Oak Concept Fly-In Tourbillon GMT. Ed Sheeran was pictured wearing this in 2017 when he broke his arm in a biking accident. Released originally in 2002, although this is a later version, the AP is manufactured from titanium and has a 44mm case with a rubber strap. Styled in a similar manner to the Royal Oak range, this version has the added GMT complication and has an exhibition case showing the caliber 2954 movement. On your wrist for a cool £134,000. Again, this is a serious horology piece in Ed's collection, and this is where you really start to get jealous as we move into the Richard Mille collection. The first watch in Ed's vast Richard Mille collection is a watch he was spotted wearing at the 2017 VMA Awards in California, where he actually won Artist of the Year, so well done Ed. This watch is none other than the RM38-01 Bubba Watson with incorporated G sensor. The original Bubba Watson was released in 2011, but this is the -01 version, which incorporates a patented G sensor tourbillon, which actually gives feedback to golfers on their swing in the form of how many G's of acceleration they produced in their backswing. Now that is one hell of a mechanical complication. Limited to only 50 pieces worldwide, you need to be moving in the right circles to see one of these on somebody's wrist at your local bar. Priced at, are you ready for this? Approximately £640,000. This is one hell of a watch, Ed. The RM028 is another one of Ed Sheeran's Richard Mille collection, and this is one Richard Mille watch that I'm really not keen on. To me, it just doesn't work. It feels and looks almost like a toy, and I'm just not really keen on it. The 47mm diving watch costs around £74,000, and for me there are much better Richard Mille watches to purchase in this price range, but nevertheless Ed has one in his collection and I guess he likes it. So Ed has been spotted wearing this Richard Mille RM011 Philippe Massa watch a few times on various photos. In this image he looks like he's had a few too many on a night out. The RM011 Philippe Massa is a signature piece by the retired Brazilian Formula 1 driver Felipe Massa. This watch was made famous in 2009 when the ex-Ferrari F1 driver crashed his car while wearing this watch while driving at 175 miles per hour. The watch withstood this impact and it was a great accolade for the brand and really cemented the relationship between F1 and Richard Mille, along with using Felipe Massa as a brand ambassador. Next we take a look at the RM27-03, and I think this watch is one of Ed's favourites as he's been seen wearing this watch on a number of occasions. This is a really loud watch and it was designed with Spanish tennis legend Rafael Nadal and incorporates a 10,000 G shock resistance design. Limited to 50 pieces with a price tag of £562,000. The RM27-03 again is a high value watch in Ed's amazing watch collection. With a tennis ball style winding crown and skeletal dial in its orange and yellow colour, this watch really is for those who want to be noticed and for those who can afford a full-time security team. Next we take a look at the Richard Mille RM026-02 Evil Eye Tourbillon. I spotted this watch on Ed's wrist when he did the carpool karaoke with James Corden. This is a limited edition of 25 pieces and is a really nice piece. This is where art meets horology. This dial was designed and brought to life by Olivier Vaucher, a renowned craftsman from Geneva. The red gold in the flames and the eye were handcrafted using chisels made specifically to the finest of details. Finished using an elaborate enamelling finish, this really is a work of art. Coming in at £445,000, this is another one of Ed's pieces you need deep pockets for. Another one of Ed's limited edition pieces is the RM030 America's Limited Edition and limited to 30 pieces. Named the America's Limited Edition as it's limited for sale in North and South America only. I like this watch, it's quite understated with the exception of the orange highlights. Coming in at £105,000 and originally released in 2011, the RM030 has a 50mm black carbon nanotube case with bright orange upper flange, crown protector and hands. All in all, a really nice understated piece. I really like it, it's one of my favourites of the Richard Mille in Ed's collection. So now we take a look at Ed's impressive Patek collection. Ed was spotted wearing the Patek Philippe Rose Gold World Time Reference 5130R while receiving his MBE in December 2017 from the Prince of Wales. The Patek Philippe World Time is arguably the most elegant world timer ever created, as a wearer of this watch is able to tell the time in an impressive 24 time zones. This watch is no longer available and has been replaced by the reference 5230G. As a world timer has now been discontinued, the list price is no longer available, but the last known list price for this watch was around £42,500, but I imagine now it's worth considerably more than that. So this really is a nice piece to have in your collection. The next watch we're going to look at is quite an attainable watch for serious watch collectors, coming in at £28,000. The Patek Philippe Dual Time Aquanaut 5164 is one of the staple sports pieces from Patek. Ed was pictured wearing this watch on the cover of the Sunday Times, discussing his success in the music industry. The Aquanaut was released in 2011 and I really love this watch. Probably one of my favourites in the current Patek range. I always find the GMT functions on these watches really useful, and it's why I prefer the Rolex GMT Master to the Rolex Submariner. I love the exhibition back on this watch and the waffle dial that matches the pattern on the rubber strap. All in all, a great watch to have in any collection. Another favourite of mine in the Patek range, and mainly because it combines the GMT and the moon phase function, is the Patek Philippe 5726A Nautilus in stainless steel. Ed has been pictured wearing this watch on a number of photos. Priced at £30,000 at retail, the Nautilus is another in Ed's lower end watches. And I have to smile when I say £30,000 is a low end watch, but for Ed Sheeran, this is one of his lower end pieces. He has many six-figure pieces, as we've seen earlier on in the video. The case size in this watch is 33mm and it has a 35 to 45 hour power reserve, self-winding movement with a 24 karat gold central rotor. A nice piece at a reasonably attainable price. Ed also has a black dial Patek Philippe 5980 rose gold chronograph in his collection, as seen here in this image with Jack Black. The rose gold Nautilus comes in at £65,000 and comprises a caliber CH28-520C. The case diameter is 40.5mm, and again, this is a really nice watch and it really stands out in the rose gold. Okay, so as if Ed hadn't already impressed us enough with his collection so far, we've gone through his collection and he's got another couple of Pateks that we didn't mention, like the 5970 and the 5370, but this one has to be the crown in his Patek collection, and that is the, wait for it, $1.1 million Patek Philippe 5208 Grand Complication, which he was seen wearing at the 2018 Brit Awards. Now this is just an unbelievable piece. He must have really achieved something to treat himself to one of these. The Grand Complication is manufactured from platinum, has a day-date function, perpetual calendar and minute repeater. I mean, come on, this watch is just wow. So which was my favourite watch from Ed Sheeran's collection? Well, I'd have to say for me it's the Richard Mille RM011 Felipe Massa. I absolutely love that watch. Being a Formula 1 fan as well, I see these watches all over the paddock. Richard Mille are really prominent in F1, so I've been admiring these watches for a while. I'm a big fan of most of their models. I'm not too keen on the models that Richard Mille have just released at the SIHH show in 2019 this year. To me, it doesn't really suit with the kind of style that I like. I think they've based all these on candy and sweets and things, which a bit gimmicky. I'm not too keen. But no, the Felipe Massa RM011 is my favourite in Ed's collection. So which is your favourite in Ed's collection? Let us know down below. So at this point, I'd just like to take the opportunity to ask Ed Sheeran, if you're watching, I'm sure you're not sat watching our channel, but if by some miracle you are sat watching it, give us a shout if you'd like to come on the show, talk about your watches, talk about your collection, talk about why you bought a certain piece. Hell, we could even talk about your tattoos, because I'm into tattoos as well. So open invite to Ed Sheeran, give us a shout if you'd like to talk watches on the show. We'd love to have you on, obviously. Keep up the good work, keep collecting them watches, man. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you'll enjoy this video as well. This video is looking at all of Lord Sugar's Rolex collection from the 2018 Apprentice series. He was wearing some really awesome pieces, so go check that out. That's detailing all the Rolex specifications, all the models, all the nicknames that Lord Sugar was wearing throughout that show. And thanks again for watching. Please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and we'll see you next week.